Hey. Hello. Hey. All right. If you can hear me, that's cool. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, let me just start the stream. Yeah. You could maybe mute your mic. Uh, if you could, please, that'd be great. Because it's really noisy. Uh, then I invited you to the voice chat so you could ask me questions using your mic instead of typing everything out, and hopefully that will be easier for you.
Sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Cheers. That's way better. All right. I'll give you the link in a second.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think maybe you should type out the questions because it's like really loud.
Uh,
There's
uh,
a lot of stuff going
yeah, I
on
think
over
maybe
there.
you should type out the yeah.
Questions because yeah, and there's a feedback loop. So there's
Uh,
a lot of stuff going on over there.
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
and
think
there's a feedback loop.
what I should have for ML5 to ML6? Do you think what honestly I even don't have firm and continuity. Honestly I even don't have firm and continuity.
Sorry, I have to mute your mic cause it's I'm muting you.
Sorry,
I have to mute your mic yeah. So you could just type out your questions in Warframe or
I'm
something.
muting you.
I have to mute your mic yeah. So you could just type out your questions in Warframe or something. So you could just type out your questions. Waiting for another guy to get in. Cause he needs help too. Uh, I'll just invite you guys to squad if you
Waiting
guys
for
aren't doing
another guy to
anything.
get in.
Cause he needs help too. Uh, I'll just invite you guys to squad if you
Waiting
guys
for
aren't doing
another guy to
anything.
get in.
Cause he needs help. I'll just invite you guys to squad if you guys aren't doing anything. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna ignore the other dude. I gave him the URL already. Okay. You can just ask me questions uh, in the squad here. All right. So, um, you wanna like give me a baseline of what you need to know? Like maybe like frame modding or like weapon modding. You can type it in. Oh yeah, because you're gonna be watching it on. I don't know where you're gonna be typing your questions. You can type it in game. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah. Okay. About frames, right? Are you watching the stream now? Because then I could jump in and show you.
If I may say, operator, your chosen warframe suits you.
Okay, and I'll just like once you are in and watching, I'll just run through as basic as I can. Um, and if you don't understand something, then just type it in the squad chat. Or you could type it in the. I'll just tune into the stream as well, and you can just type it in the stream live chat. That's fine. I think that's easier for you. Then you don't have to alt tab to the game. That's me typing. That Ray187 is me. Uh, yeah, I'm just waiting for that other guy to. I think he's in. Okay, so Shimbador, you're still there, right? Just type in the stream chat, the YouTube live chat. Just so that I know that you're there, that you're able to see and hear clearly. Uh, and I'm disbanding the squad too, so you can do stuff while you watch the thingy. You alright? You can see the chat? Okay, now full, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Alright. So you need help with Warframe mods, and so we're gonna discuss Warframe mods. Let me just see how basic can we go. Let's just go with Excalibur. So uh yeah, yeah. You can hear me just fine, right? Because I don't think we need Discord now that we won't be using that. Okay, I'll explain using Excalibur. Unless there's another frame that you want me to explain, but let's just say Excalibur, okay? So let's just go to the blank frame. So we have let's see. Okay, you got your. It's a little bit intimidating at first, right? But let's say, oh, okay, even better. Tell me what frame you use. The that you're having problems with, and I'll give you a build for that frame, and explain how it works at the same time. Because there are lots of Warframe mods, but there are also specific mods that are like augments for the specific Warframe themselves, that augment like their abilities and stuff. Excal Frost, or yeah, Max, doesn't matter. Like you'll be formatting them anyway. That's something that you'll need to know later. So I won't use my Excal Umbra. I'll just use my normal Excal. So if you can see my Excal clearly, let's see. All right. Currently building Ember and Rhino. Great. Rhino is gonna go a long way. Ember is great for. I mean, at your level of play, should be no problem at all. So you're done with Excalibur and Frost. So I'll just explain Excalibur, okay? And I won't use Excalibur Umbra because that's probably not the Excalibur that you have. Start with a blank screen here now. You should have, firstly, you'll notice that there's a capacity up here. In the top left corner here says capacity 60 out of 60 for me. For you, it might say 30 out of 30 if your frame is maxed out, right? The way all the mods use capacity, they consume capacity. So for example,
there's a time-limited mission alert
yeah,
available.
like if we do a basic mod like well, vitality, right, which would increase your health. Over here you'll see like Excalibur base health would be 300. You would, now let's say you want to bump up your health, you would throw in vitality. So let's say I throw in vitality in here. See, these mod slots do not have a polarity, okay? As you can see, vitality, the vitality mod, at the top there's a number 12, and next to it there's a symbol, right? There's a name for the symbol. It's called Vazarin, but it looks like a D. We just call it D. So just call it a D polarity, okay? So you'll be slotting. Let's say I'm building Excalibur. I'm totally new to this game. I don't have that many mods, but you can get that. You'll get them as you play. But there are some really basic mods that you probably already have, like Vitality. So let's say I don't use a max vitality. So I have a zero, like this is vitality, the same mod but not ranked up, right? Firstly, if you notice it takes up 2 capacity instead because it's not ranked up. So it will subtract from this capacity here in the top left. Now the objective of building a frame with the mods, same for weapons. The whole point is to put as many mods as you can in to make the frame the way you want it to be. Like I would put, so let's say I start building. Okay, don't care if like I'm gonna put in mods that you don't have. Just stick with me here. Uh, just remember one thing first. Vitality, right? Max rank vitality takes 12 capacity. The moment I slotted it, you see capacity drop from 60 to 48, right? And it's a D polarity. I don't know about basic Excalibur because mine has been format a couple of times. Format means I added polarities. So put that aside first. If I put in vitality, it subtracted the 60 to 48. Now we want to fill up we want to fill up everything here, right? So that's why we put polarities. See, if I hold down to the thing, these polarities, these are D polarities as well. If I fit a 12, a mod that costs 12 capacity, and it's a D type mod, I put it in a D polarity, it will half the cost. So it only costs 6. And that's very important because that's the only way you're going to be able to fit in your mods as you rank them up, and you get better and better mods that cost more capacity. The only way you're going to be able to fit them in is you need to match some of them to polarity. Not all, but at least some, or else it won't fit. Secondly, you're gonna firstly want to, sorry, not secondly, firstly you have an aura slot up here, right? So all the 8 slots down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all these slots will be slots for your mods that, like, any of these mods can go in any of these slots. Doesn't matter. Only difference is, like, if it's a D polarity and it's a if the mod slot's D polarity and the mod is D polarity, and you match it up, it will only take half the capacity, correct? So it doesn't matter. But there's this slot up here, right? This is the aura slot. So it's the first thing you want to slot. Okay, because when you slot this, let's see. Well, it won't show here, okay? But let's see. You go to over here, down here. This is how you filter the types of mods you have. The first one shows every single mod. The second one, mouse over, you see it says aura. Right? So I have a whole bunch of aura mods here. If you notice, the aura slot, same shape. This thing here, this little circular thing, this thing here. So that's your aura slot. It's a dash polarity, right? You'll want to match that. So there are 2 or 3 aura mods that have a dash polarity. One is Energy Siphon. It's pretty much probably one of the aura mods that I recommend for new players because it will help with your energy. You'll just get energy regen, and it will help you, use your abilities more often if you don't have other ways of getting energy. So you want to throw this like energy siphon, right? It's not gonna fit down here. See, aura mod can only be placed in aura slot. All right, you guys were still with me? So throw this up here. What happened? You saw what happened there? It's a capacity 7, right? This aura, it's capacity 7. Dash polarity, aura mod once again. When I put it into the aura slot and I match, it's a dash polarity 7 capacity. It doesn't subtract from my capacity. It will add double of what the capacity was. So now instead of 60, I have 74 capacity. So it's very important that you slot an aura mod because it will give you more capacity, and secondly, the aura mod does something, right? There are two I recommend for dash polarity, which I can't remember if that's the basic one Excalibur comes with. You can change them later on. That's called formatting, but that's later on. We won't talk about that yet. So just remember, aura mod, aura slot, match the polarity, drop it in, you get more capacity to play with. Energy siphon is one of the good ones. Yeah, it's alright if you don't have energy siphon. It's super easy to get. Just go to Warframe Wiki, check it out. Someone will have you'll see where it drops, or you'll drop eventually, or you can ask some friends who has a spare one. If I alt tab right now and I just go check, you use corrosive projection. Great. Corrosive projection is the other great aura mod for dash polarity. Reason being, it decreases every enemy's armor by 30%. So, I mean, I always use this website. A lot of us use this website for trading because it's a lot easier. Whoopsie daisy. I'll go in game, but then people start messaging me, but it's okay. So energy siphon at the moment, the cheapest price is 20 plat. People are trading for it. That's pretty common amongst mods. Because yeah, it's a mod that people want. You don't have it yet? Fine. You will get it. It's not uncommon. It's not difficult to get. No big deal. You got corrosive projection. Use it. It's great. It's an excellent mod, aura mod, and it's also endgame viable, right? So you throw that in there, okay? If you want, you can mod your Excalibur or whatever you want along with me while I'm modding this. Excuse me, okay. So now that I'm pretending that I'm you. So okay, we got a corrosive projection in there. Now, do you have a Orokin reactor? Because if you have an Orokin reactor, that's how my capacity is twice as much as normal. That's why it was, if you see it with a blank plate, it's 60 out of 60 instead of 30 out of 30. How you get that is down here at the bottom, right? I mean, you can hit the tutorial. It's gonna teach you how to do stuff. You could run through that actually, but I guess if you find this easier, I'm happy to help. You go to actions. It's the first choice. Yeah, okay, you got installed it. Great, right? You got a reactor installed in your Excalibur or Frost or whatever. Great. So you know what I'm talking about. It doubles your capacity. So okay, right? now we've got a lot of capacity to work with. So first things first, I recommend, especially for new players, but generally almost everyone does it. You have a vitality mod because it's super common. So I would recommend slotting vitality. Okay. Um, and since vitality is a D polarity, and I got two D polarities on my normal Excalibur, I'm gonna drop it in there. Right. Right. Next, let's see. So first things, you want to fill up the ones that you got polarities for. So you're gonna look through. I mean, later on when you're more familiar with all the mods, you'll know what to put in order to get your frame where you want to get it. But you're gonna want to look at how do you mod a frame well? Well, you gotta know what the frame does, and then you gotta mod towards something like a goal. So Excalibur has everyone knows Excalibur, right? He's like super basic. So if I use Excalibur, he's got four abilities, right? Slash dash, radial blind, radial javelin. That's not okay. I'll go slower. Slash dash, ability 2, radial blind. Ability 3, radial javelin. Ability 4, his new ultimate. Well, they changed it about a year ago or 2 years ago. I can't remember. Exalted blade. Okay, and then it's gonna show you here when you check your abilities tab what the abilities kind of do and the range and damage that they do. So when you build Excalibur, for example, you're gonna want to build him towards a certain goal. Either he's gonna be an all-rounder, or if you're like me and you think, okay, I'm gonna use Exalted Blade most of the time, right? Then I'm gonna think, okay, I'm gonna use Exalted Blade most of the time. Excuse me. It's you know how to use Exalted Blade. You press 4, he summons the blade, and it's a channeling ability, so he will stay with the blade and it will slowly eat your energy. As you can see, without mods, see, you can view stat without mods or view stat with mods. Now at the moment I have not modded my Excalibur, which I'm demonstrating, so it's gonna eat energy, 2.5 energy a second while Exalted Blade's on, right? And trust me, you want to use Exalted Blade as Excalibur. The other option is his third ability, Radial Javelin. Yeah, but eh, it it may feel cool when you start out. It's gonna suck really fast as you start playing a little bit more. So Exalted Blade's where it's at, because it's his new ulti. Radial was his old ulti. Well, also, oh, okay. Also, all Warframes have a passive. Excalibur deals increased damage and attacks faster when he's wielding swords. So, you know, now you can equip a sword on him like this. He'll do more damage with it. But they changed it so now his Exalted Blade also counts as a sword. So, like, I don't want to confuse you there. Let's go back to modding it, right? So how do we mod Excalibur to be good at, let's say, Exalted Blade? Because it's gonna work better. Let's see if I can. Okay, we'll just mod it here, and then I'm gonna go into the testing room and show you the difference. Is who's the other guy watching? Is it Darius? I don't know if is it Darius. I think Darius was wanting to watch this thing as well. I hope you guys are with me so far. Uh, I know the pace is a bit slow, but I'm just trying to make sure that you guys understand this, because it's really complicated the first time you go through it, but once you understand it, it's really easy. It's second nature. So I just let me know if you guys get lost, if you're understanding it, if you're good so far. Cool. All right, so I'm just gonna go on. So we got our corrosive projection aura in there. Enemy armor reduced 30%. This is really great because enemy armor will decrease the amount of damage you do to them. And in fact, this actually stacks. So if I have corrosive projection and you have corrosive projection, all the enemies that we'll face will have their armor reduced by 60%. If all 4 members of the squad have corrosive projection, the enemies have no armor. This means hell for the Grineer, because Grineer have they rely on armor and light shields, so they're fucked. They are totally fucked, right? So great aura. So we got vitality in there. And we're modding for Exalted Blade now. So the next tab after aura, you notice, is augments. These augment ability each. You probably don't have them yet, because you got to get them from syndicates, or you can trade for them on Warframe Market. They're about 15 plat each. Because that's just the price. It's really not expensive. But they're only available from syndicates. So that's a later thing. You guys probably don't have them there. I'm just gonna move on just so that you know that this exists. The next one is an Exilus type. They added this in later on, a couple of years back really, but it's mods that have the Exilus logo at the top of them. Basically, they deemed a whole bunch of mods like Rush. Rush, so over here on the R, increases sprint speed of Warframe. This is one of the oldest mods, right? It makes your Warframe sprint faster. They no one wanted to put this in there because they only have 8 slots. You want me to devote 1 slot to making my Warframe run a bit faster? We did used to do that, but that's stupid because I only have 8 slots and I'm using 1 of them to make my Warframe run faster instead of making him stronger. So they designed this thing called the Exilus slot up here next to the Aura slot. It's locked. You gotta unlock it with the Exilus adapter, and I think you need to do a quest before that. So we're ignoring that as well. By the way, Exilus mods can also go into your normal your normal 8 mods, so that's not a problem. This is just an extra thing for mods that were deemed a little bit extra. So screw that. Now we go on to the real thing. The 3 main ones that you guys should be familiar with. V polarity, also known as Madurai. D polarity, also known as Vazarin. And dash polarity, known as Naramon. It gets a little more confusing later, but I won't spoil it for you. It's story related. So let's just call them V polarity, okay? So like I said, we're gonna fill up the ones that we have polarities for first. So I'm gonna look for a V polarity. Generally, Madurai is a way of the Tenno that is violent or damaging. So it usually has stuff to do with abilities and power. Right? So generally you're gonna find this is a very basic mod. Intensify. Do you have that? If you have it, it's really not that hard to get. It's one of the more common ones. It just increases ability strength. Right? So you're gonna want that because see, I'm gonna go back to abilities now. Okay, let's say, all right, Exalted Blade, damage 287.5, right? Go back to mods. Gonna throw in Intensify. Okay, before I do that, you can see over here, this is what your Warframe has gained from your current mod setup. If you look at my other configs which have actually got mods, you know, it's all different here. You know, this build, lots of range, lots of efficiency, lots of strength, really low duration, because it didn't need duration, right? So just an example. So we're going to go back here. I'm just going to exit and go back in so that it will be at 100% again. So now we're going to throw in, under V polarity, Intensify. You got Intensify, yeah, great, alright. Make sure you max it out, of course. If you can't, because of you don't have enough money or endo yet, you know, just farm it, it's easy. These are easy to max. Okay, so throw that in. And then, yeah, of course, you notice now each Exalted Blade's gonna do 362 instead of 257. I can't remember what the number was, but it's basically your Warframe. All abilities are 30% stronger. So I'm gonna go a little bit faster here. So, you know, slow me down if you need to. But yeah, so now we got Intensify, and I'm building towards, once again, Exalted Blade, right? So I'll be thinking, okay, I want to fill a D slot polarity now. So I'll look through. D slot polarities usually have to do with like vitality, shield capacity, stuff like that, or you know, armor, you know, defensive stuff. You know, you can almost think of D as defensive, but it's not always defensive, but mostly. So in the D polarity, I don't know what you have, so I can't like tell you exactly what you should slot. But let's say I look through my list, you know, uh, there are certain mods that will really help you a lot once you get them at the start, and they really make things a lot easier. But so your D polarity, I assume you don't have quite a lot of them. So there are some, I don't think you have it overextended or narrow-minded, or quick thinking. Each of narrow-minded and overextended, they basically, as you can see from I max rank them, they will increase something by a lot and decrease something else. Okay, so yeah, it's a double-edged sword, and you use it when you like I just want to have like I'll use this on like Loki or something, or I just want to have a lot of range and I don't care about my ability strength because my ability doesn't do damage, or something like that. Then I would use this, right? But no, you know, it doesn't apply here. We want that ability strength. So I assume you have redirection because it's super common, just like vitality, right? So, assuming you have redirection, I'm just building this, like I said, uh, trying to think like what I would have if I was really new. I would throw redirection in because that would increase my shields from 300 to 660. Of course, that's because my redirection is I didn't max it out because we don't use it anymore. But it's useful, and it's a lot easier to mod stuff now. You just hit mod, You go to redirection. In fact, I'll equip a zero rank one. Like you see the ones that say damage. Yeah, these are useless. Like normal redirection, I have like 551 of them. I don't need 551 of them. You just need one, and then you upgrade it, right? So you throw that in. You go hit mods, and then it'll be here, and then you know, oh, okay, I'll slow down a bit. Be here. You go up fusion, and then you can rank it up. They made it really easy, but as you notice, yeah, at the start, rank 1, 10 endo, 483 credits. No big deal. Rank 2, not even talking about the endo, 1,400 credits. Rank 3, 3,000 credits. Rank 4, 7,000. Rank 5, 14,000 credits. Still very little money, right? Considering in this game you can earn 500,000 credits in 10 minutes or less, it's really no big deal. But later on, but as you go on, it's gonna jump a lot, as you notice from rank 6. Rank 7, 60,000. Rank 8, 120,000 credits. Rank 9, 246,000 credits. Rank 10, it's 500,000 credits. And that's just for a very lousy, cheap mod. You know, if we talk about like prime continuity, you know, a prime mod, fusion, look at the price of this. Going from rank 9 to 10, it's 1,000,000 credits. Yeah. So, okay, credit farming, I was just doing it just now. You go credit farming in Neptune, uh, 7-8 minutes. I farm about 3 million, 4-5 million an hour if I'm lucky. They made it that way. They made it really easy, so you can do that in the future. Once you have access to Neptune, you can do it. But you can't really bring new players in to do that because uh, it kind of requires players who are decked out, at least decently decked out. Because if not, uh, yeah, the other people in there the other pugs will get angry, and you probably will lose and not make the money at all. So people don't bring new players in there. So there are other ways to make money, no big deal. Um, just making sure you guys know, because I'm thinking of the other guy as well who's watching, making sure that you know how modding works. So I would think you have redirection, throw that in, okay? Now, what we've done so far is we've improved our Warframe's health, our Warframe shields, and our Warframe's ability strength by a little bit. Right, just 30%. I know it says 45. That's because I have a helmet here that you can't get anymore. It's worth 800 platinum. Uh, it's very old. I crafted it way back. They stopped producing it a long time ago. But yeah, so ignore that. I should probably remove it so that it doesn't confuse. So that's why it says arcane on it. So I'll just switch to like the Dex helmet. These things don't have stats. So yeah, you go back. All right. Now we're gonna speed up here because yeah, I know it's a little slow, but as I said, I just want to make sure you guys understand so far. So now we're gonna work on the rest of the things that we want to make this frame good at, right? Which is Exalted Blade. So, like if you remember, Exalted Blade costs. I'll just switch to it.
Tenno, there's a time-limited mission alert available.
Shut up.
Check navigation.
Stupid thing. Ignore the alert. Yeah. So it summons the Exalted Blade. This is the cost of casting it, right? 25 energy, super cheap. Energy per second to sustain it, 2.5 energy per second. How do we reduce the price or the cost of casting and the cost of sustaining channeling skills? It's called ability efficiency. It's over here. See? Duration, efficiency, range, strength. So efficiency doesn't mean it makes it better. It just changes the cost in terms of energy. Like if you have negative efficiency, that means like if I throw in something that drops my ability efficiency below 100%, my skills, my abilities are gonna cost more than they normally do, and if they require energy to sustain, they are gonna cost more to sustain than they normally do. So we don't want that. You know, in some situations you will encounter it, but no, we don't want that. So we're gonna go to Naramon, the dash polarity. Okay, you're gonna really want this mod, okay? Streamline. I hope you have Streamline. It's also a common mod. Very helpful. You'll be using it till the end of your days in Warframe. Throw that in. This Excalibur is out of polarities already, so we don't care. I mean, I have 4 more slots and I have 47 capacity. I think I'm fine. I'll be able to slot this in. Alright? You with me so far? You got Streamline, man? I'll just wait for you, like, just to make sure that you're alright there. And whoever the other dude's watching, if it's Darius or whoever messaged me in game earlier, feel free to just type in the chat, in the YouTube chat, just so that I know that you're on, you're understanding what we're talking about. Just so that you know, because I don't know what you guys know, I just want to make sure everyone knows where we are, and so that I don't have to explain this again later on or whatever. I'm happy to do so, but it's confusing, so I'm going slow, as I mentioned before. So I'll just call you by your in-game. Shimba, do you have Streamline? You can take your time. While you're like checking your stuff, I'll just go pop over to Warframe Market, check out how much Streamline costs now. Look at that, super cheap. It's like 1 plat. It's worth nothing. It's super cheap. It drops from everywhere. Warframe Market's so cool. They even show you where stuff drops from. You know, like the mobs that drop it, because the mobs have drop tables. And they also explain what it does. So I hope you have that. You have Streamline? Great. Slot that in your Excalibur. By the way, you can do this for your Frost as well. Okay? It's cool. Right? Because you want, these are like really basic. Redirection is not that important. Shield's really not that important. But if you don't have anything else good, just slot that. Okay, so now we slot Streamline. Ability efficiency went up 100% to 130%. Now we go and check Exalted Blade. Remember, it used to cost 25 to cast. Now it costs 18. And remember, it used to cost 2.5 energy per second. Now it costs 1.75 energy per second. Now, it's a little bit confusing here, but if I remember correctly, ability duration also will reduce not the cost of casting, but the cost of maintaining a channeling ability like Exalted Blade. So things like Constitution, if you notice down there, it says 40% faster knockdown recovery and 28% ability duration. But the main mod that gives you ability duration is found under V polarity. Okay, the V polarity. You're gonna want continuity. Do you have that? You have continuity? If you have continuity, throw that in. Okay, because that's gonna improve your ability duration. Take your time, no worries. You only have the damage one. Okay, I mean, if we go and check Warframe Market, should be really cheap. 5 plat, super cheap, no problem. You know, but you're gonna get it either way. Anyway, you don't have to go and but how bad is it damaged? I don't know. But there are other choices for ability duration. I'm just worried you might not have them at the moment because, like, I really don't know what you have. Okay, I don't think you have Augur Message. Do you have Constitution? I don't think you have it, but I'm just wondering. Because if you have it, it's got ability duration as well. Okay, while you check your mods, the reason why we want ability duration, see, increased ability duration by 30%, right? Gonna go back to abilities. Energy per second to sustain has dropped from 1.75 to 1.35. So, even though it's ability duration, it actually makes the sustaining or channeling cost of abilities that need channeling cheaper than normal. So, that's, I mean, it also will increase the blind duration of, like, your radial blind, your number 2 ability. And when you're in Exalted Blade mode, when you do a slide attack, only when you're in Exalted Blade mode and you do a slide attack, you will do a very quick radial blind and you'll blind stuff around you. Okay? So that's why, you wanna I mean, it's nice to have some ability duration. If you only have the broken one, can you tell me how much it like, I don't know if I should tell you to max it or not. It's probably really cheap to max the mod. Do you have any other ability duration mods at all? If you don't, if you don't have like any other ones, we'll just move on. It's just that it does make life easier for you because it'll let you sustain your Exalted Blade for longer. Alright, so we're almost done. We've got only 3 more slots to go, not counting Exilus. Don't care about Exilus. Alright? No, I mean, I don't care about it for now because we're going through this right now. Okay? So, do you have flow? Do you have a mod called flow? It's under dash polarity. You don't have to look for it. You can just go here. There's a search bar. Type it. Flow. You can just type it there. Any mod I ask, you can just type it there. You don't have to scroll. So you just type there. If you got flow, let me know. Damage 2. Okay, well, it's another common mod. You'll get a better one. I'll tell you what, since you're so new, right? Just use the excuse me. Excuse me, sorry about that. Okay, do you have... Okay, yeah, you don't have normal flow. Okay. Can you go and mod your damage flow? Do you, just mod it. Like, just slot the damaged one and go mod it. Right? And I think it probably goes up to, I think, rank 3 only. So just let me know how much it gives at max rank. It should be really cheap to mod because it's a damage mod. It's bullshit, you know. So you really don't have to care about it. Should be really cheap to mod. So if you have that, and even if it's damaged, just let me know how much it costs to mod it to max and what does it do when it's maxed. Just let me know the percentage. Because a normal flow goes up to 5 and it will be 150% energy increase. The flow basically increases your energy. So energy is what you use to cast your abilities and stuff. You start with 150, and then if you have normal flow at max rank, which is rank 5, very, very cheap, throw that in. You know, it increases 150 to 300. I don't know about your broken one, but if it gives a little bit and you don't have better mods, you might as well just slot it for now, because you will definitely get a better one later. You're also gonna wanna, use the Warframe wiki because not enough people do it. Whoopsie daisy. 72%. Yeah, that's fine. You could just use it for now. It'll increase your energy to about 230 or something. It's better than nothing. I don't know what other mods you have, but these are the basic ones that you pretty much will mod every frame with. You'll have vitality, you'll have streamline, you'll have mods that increase, ability strength, duration, such and such. And if you go to the Warframe wiki and you just check out Excalibur, and you look at the abilities, it does tell you Exalted Blade, yada 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 yada, yada 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 blah blah blah. You know, these things have this. The damage is affected by ability strength. That's why we want to intensify. That's why it's good you have that. You know, and then there will be certain mods that you can. These are mods that you don't equip on your frame. Those are weapon mods. Whole different ball game weapon mods. That might be a little bit more yeah, no, okay, it's not that confusing. So, yeah, if you can mod, could mod flow, yeah, just throw that in, I guess. I don't know what else you have, like I said, but just throw that in. Because it'll increase your maximum energy. Okay, next, right? Okay, I'm just gonna pretend, I'm just gonna throw in my flow. Okay, you said yours is 75, so I'll just throw in mine. Yours probably brings it up to 220 or something. I don't know. It's probably something around there. Okay, we're almost done. Got 2 more frames. So these are going to be really very common amongst all your frames. As like basics. You know, this is like basic modding for all your frames. So we got 2 more to go. Well, it's really difficult to think of what you have. Do you have stretch? Its ability range. By the way, as I said earlier, this will work for Frost as well, which you have. I think you said you have Frost
A new alert has begun.
maxed out as well.
On navigation.
This build will work for now until you get some more mods. Because the Warframe is very basic to mod. So you have stretch, right? Okay, throw that in. Alright. So you can see I also have it in my old Excalibur build. It will extend the blind radius. The radius of the blind, your radial blind, your second ability. It would also extend the range of your third ability, Radial Javelin, how far it hits. So, you know, yeah, cool. Right? So one more mod slot. So, holy hell, I have no idea what you have. Uh, I'm assuming you don't have any augment mods. You don't have any of these. Okay. Yeah, do you have any other mods that you like for the last slot? Do you have any mods that you think are decent? Do you have Rage? Or uh I don't think you have any like the ones that I have here. I don't think you have Rage. You have Rage? You have Rage? Wow, great. Alright, great. Okay. Okay. Both of them do the same thing. Hunter's Adrenaline just has 5% more and it's part of a set. So, okay. So, put Hunter's, if you can you, if you can fit Hunter's Adrenaline into your last slot. Okay. So we were building it together, yeah? So, we're gonna put Hunter's Adrenaline in, okay? You see, it converts 45% of the damage to your health into energy for you. So if you got Hunter Adrenaline, it's better than Rage, it just costs 2 more capacity. If you can fit it in your build, drop it in. I won't equip any arcanes because I assume that you don't have any. You all good? You done with modding Excalibur? Just copy this, accept redirection. It's not really that important, really. You can really replace it with a lot of other things that would be better. But yeah, if uh, you have all, I think we've got all slotted already. Okay. All right. So now your Excalibur should look like this. Yeah, it should have a pretty decent amount of duration, efficiency, range, and strength. It's a very average build with very common mods. It's safe and it's gonna be easy to use. Now the next thing is uh, last time for Excalibur, how strong your Exalted Blade was dependent on how you modded your melee weapon. Okay, don't worry about it anymore because now you can just mod they give you this new slot, Exalted Blade itself. They did it for Valkyr as well. You just have to mod Exalted Blade. So you're gonna go in there, alright? And now we're moving into weapon modding, okay? Weapon modding is a little bit similar. It's just that the names are different for every single type of weapon. So, like off the top of my head, I know the name for increased uh, weapon damage for primary weapons is Serration. For secondary weapons, it's called point. Well, actually, it depends on whether it's a shotgun or not. If it's a shotgun, it's point blank. Okay, yeah, whatever. For melee, for secondaries, it's called Hornet Strike, and for melee weapons, it's uh, they have a couple of them because I have the Umbra mod that increases melee damage as well. But I believe it's called Pressure Point. So are you with me here on the Exalted Blade ranking modding page? Okay, because once we're here, we're gonna mod Exalted Blade, and then your Excalibur is ready to go. Of course, you have other weapon slots. Okay, so you're here. Great. Uh, okay. So I want to help you out here. Can you just really help me out and just tell me what you modded your Exalted Blade with? Just type out the mods. Don't worry. Just type out like all the mods you modded them. 8 slots, right? So just tell me what you put in. I'll wait, no worries. I'll just do stuff while you tell me what you modded your Exalted Blade with. Mm. Alright, alright, okay. Okay, so pressure point. Ah, energy channel. Oh. Oh, sorry. Just give me a second. Ah. I'm gonna do the same as you. Okay, I won't use my prime pressure point. I'm gonna use the same mods as you. I'm gonna use normal pressure point. Let's see, you got true steel. Okay, good, good. All right. Um, because you want crit, so more crit chance. Good thing. You got fury. Okay. I won't use prime fury. I'll use normal fury. That's fine. You got fever strike. Okay, you got okay. I'll skip the fever strike. You got organ shatter. Okay, so true steel and organ shatter are your critical mods. All right, they're great. Your melee weapons should always have these. Almost always have them. As and of course the pressure point. Same for your guns and shit. They should have that. You know, plus 100 something percent to weapon damage straight up, right? Then you're gonna have the crit one, which is gonna be to critical damage, and then there's gonna be one to critical chance. You're gonna have one of those. So you got them good, right? Now you put in energy channel, okay? Yeah, this guy over here. Convert 50%. I mean, this is without ranking it up. Convert 50% of energy used to bonus damage on next melee attack. Stop. Now, okay, this is a crap mod. Take it out. Like, I'm not saying that your build is bad. I'm just helping you out, because it's it looks gold and shit. The golden mods don't mean they're better. No, don't get tricked by that. A lot of people do. When they start out, they think, oh, it says it's rare, so it must be great. Some of the best mods are bronze, so screw the color of the mod. Okay, okay. Killing Blow is for channeling. I don't know if you will channel. I do channel from once in a while. It's not really important. So firstly, okay, put all of your pressure point, your true steel, your fury, your fever strike. Sorry, your organ shatter. They're cool. Just for clarity's sake, just leave them on the top row, okay? If you can, if there are polarities that don't mix, whatever, just try and leave them on the top row. Because what we're going to move on here to is the most important thing to making your damage stronger. Besides those basic mods, which, I mean, it's straight damage. You can't go wrong with these. Fury, there's a better one. If you got Berserker, yeah, throw Berserker in. If you don't have Berserker, just use Fury. Fury normal Fury will increase your attack speed by 30%. Berserker increases your attack speed by 30% for 24 seconds when you crit. But it can go up to 75%. Alright? So it's okay if you don't have it, but when you do get it, you can actually replace Fury with Berserker pretty much most of the time. Depends on the weapon. Most of the time you're fine. Now, what we're going to go into on the bottom row, okay, get rid of energy channel, all that shit. Right, what we're going to go into now are elements. And the elements are really important, and they're a little bit confusing at the start. But I'll teach you a very simple combo. Are you aware of corrosive damage? Yeah. So corrosive damage, off the top of your head, you should know, is electricity combined with toxin, right? So there are two kinds when it comes down to the mods. There's always gonna be the pure stat. So like for melee, Fever Strike. I mean, I have the prime. We won't talk about the prime version. Fever Strike, 90% toxin damage, right? There's also the dual stat version of that, and instead of 11 capacity, they cost 7. Okay, and they look like this. Is shots different names over here instead. What is that stupid thing? Blah, blah, blah. Virulent. Yeah, there you go. So this is called the dual stat. Not dual stat. Sorry. Yeah. Well, sort of. You see, this is 90% toxin, this is 60% toxin, and 60% status chance increase. So as you can see, with Virulent Scourge, my status chance has gone from 10% to 16%. Right. Status chance means, I mean, the higher your status chance, the higher the chance you're gonna apply the various status effects that these elements have, and the combination elements. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna build one for corrosive. So if you have you got Fever Strike, okay, great. Throw Fever Strike in, and I assume you don't have the dual stat mods, especially not for melee, because they are quite rare, or they were. I don't know if they brought them back. You're gonna want to throw in Shocking Touch, right? And you get corrosive damage. You with me so far? So once you got that, you got corrosive damage on your Exalted Blade. Okay, yeah. You got Toxic Barrage. Yeah, that's I believe for I think shotguns or pistols. So it's not the melee one. They are helpful for when you need more status or when you just can't fit in the full 11 capacity ones. Then I'll be like, oh crap, I only have space for, like, I can't fit in Shocking Touch anymore. I only have 7 more. At least I can throw in Voltaic Strike, and I can still get my corrosive, But yeah, if you don't have it, it's cool. Like, these were like from an event, so don't worry about it. I mean, these are better, though. I mean, they're more damage, right? The status ones do help, but don't worry about them. So you got Fever Strike and Shocking Touch, right? So you got corrosive already. We still got a little bit of space. We got 2 more slots. So the thing is, you normally can have 2 combinations. if the weapon only has IPS damage. So most weapons only have impact puncture slash. That's IPS. They won't have any elements. Some weapons don't have IPS. They only have elements like flamethrowers. Some of them they only have fire. Then in those cases, or let's say you have a poison weapon, it only does toxin damage. When you put in shocking touch, it will turn into corrosive. You don't have to put in fever strike. If it's a toxin sword, like Maya's sword, if I remember. So Exalted Blade, of course, has none of that. So you're gonna put in that. You got corrosive now. I assume you still have 15 capacity like me. If you know, because it's not. I mean, you got a catalyst weapons to do all them, just like reactors for frames. But uh, I I was not here when they changed it and added Exalted Blade as a weapon on its own. I don't think they would make you catalyst it, so it should be catalysted already. Uh, you you can have another elemental combo, and because it's Fever Strike and Shocking Touch, I'll just call it Toxin and Lightning. Hence, we got Corrosive, right? Shows here. The only other things you can put will be fire and ice. These are the only other two elements you got. So let's forget about dual stat mods. Okay. You have Molten Impact, and you got Northwind. Those are the 90% melee ones for melee weapons. Yeah, so if you can put both of those in. I don't have the space because I'll have to format it if I wanted to put both. That's why normally I would just at this point I would use a dual stat. But I don't want to put both because I don't want combining those two gives me blast. I don't want blast, okay? I just want heat damage or cold damage. They're both fine. It depends, you know. So you got corrosive. This is gonna fuck up the enemy's armor, and it's strong against Grineer. Generally, not all, but most of them. It's strong against certain infested, like the ancients. It's strong against very few corpus. So you want a different build for corpus, stuff like that. You know, it just switch around the elements. The top few, you will have them all the way. So you just have to switch the elements around. So in this situation, I would assume if you want more dot damage, like more fight, you want to do besides fucking up the guy's armor, you want to burn his ass as well and do fire damage over time. Throw in Molten Impact. If you want to slow them after fucking up their armor, throw in Northwind instead. So you got Corrosive Cold or you got Corrosive Heat. Alright? So you could choose either of these. Because I don't think you can get Blast, because I don't think you have enough capacity, and I don't think we want it at this point. Because what we want now is either Corrosive Cold or Corrosive Heat. I would say Corrosive Heat has more damage. So if you're after pure damage, just slot Molten Impact. This is in general, by the way. And it will work against quite a lot of infested. Okay, so you're with me up to here. We only have 4 points left capacity wise at this point, alright? I mean, I'm following what you can put, so we only have 4 points left. I'm not gonna use any of my dual stats. Okay, so since we only have 4 points left, you're gonna, it's not important to fill it up, but you might as well. Alright, so trying to think what you might have. Bleh. What will you have? I don't know what other damage mods you have, really. We might as well just slash the fuckers. So, if you have, because really channeling, you don't really have to bother about it. Sundering. What will you have? You already slaughtered Fury. You got Reach? Do you have Reach? If you have an unranked Reach, right? It's only 4. Just throw an unranked Reach in there.
Tenno, a new alert has begun. It will be marked on navigation.
I assume you have an unranked Reach. Yeah, so you only have 4 points left, right? Because we're doing this build, just throw that in, okay? So our new Excalibur and our new Exalted Blade is fine. It's done. You can, by the way, you can change the name up here. You can just name that, Corrosive Heat. Alright? So that you remember. And then you can, you could make the same one here and just switch it around so that it's radiation, and then you could use that on things that are weak to radiation. Or you could switch it to magnetic, which is cold and electricity, and that's good against corpus in general. Alright, so we're done, right? So cool, we're done. Okay. Yeah. You with me all the way here? So far? So when it comes to your primary weapons, your secondary weapons, and your melee weapons, you just saw how to mod them. You can mod them exactly the same way if you want. Excalibur doesn't really have to use his melee weapon. He has Exalted Blade. But your primary and secondary, it's gonna be the same thing, alright? Like, for shotguns, you're gonna have, it's gonna be point blank. I won't use prime, let's say normal point blank, same thing. The plus damage, straight up. Sure, the primed is a lot more, but the normal one, same thing. You're gonna do that, and then you're gonna, at the end, you combine your elements, and then you get yourself, what do you call that? You get yourself a corrosive or whatever other thing you want. Whatever other element you want. Some people will carry a corrosive main weapon, and their secondary they will build it for radiation. So if they meet a mob that's not weak to armor, and they meet something that's weak to radiation, they'll switch it up and do that. That's like, I mean, we're talking newbie level. You still can do that, no problem. Do you need me to help you mod your primary and secondary weapons? It's the same thing as I mentioned earlier for your melee weapon. For your Exalted Blades, the same thing. Almost the same thing. Just get the elements right. Alright, you cool? Are you good with your melee, your primary and secondary or whatever? You good? All right. So your primary weapons, you know, I like I said, you mod them the same way I taught you how to mod your Exalted Blade. Just, I mean, the elements are really up to you. Corrosive is a good choice against a lot of things because a lot of things have armor. It's just it's good. It's a good choice. It's just good to strip the armor. It works together well with your corrosive projection. If your whole team has corrosive projection, then corrosive won't be as useful. But it still does a certain type of damage. So a lot of things are weak to corrosive type damage. The proc is another thing. Alright, so now we got that, right? So now you're cool. What mission were you having a problem with? Because you were saying that your mods were bad, so you have issues with missions. What mission were you having an issue with? Nata? That's the quest line. I don't know which part of Nata, and I don't know whether I can follow you in because it's the quest. The enemy still level 22, 26, you can't beat it. What enemy? Were they sentient? Or what? Or corrupted or what? Like, what did they look like? Okay, I'm gonna invite you to squad. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Corrupted. Corrosive heat. Perfect for the corrupted. Okay, now I'm gonna bring the same Excalibur I built with you. Okay? And you can launch the mission that you said you were having issues with, and I'm gonna help you with it. Or rather, you're gonna do it, and we're gonna see whether there's a difference. Cool? Alright, so we're gonna do that. I'm bringing the exact same Excalibur as you, and you can start the mission whenever you want, because obviously I can't, because I did it a long time ago already. So you have to start the mission. We're gonna go in, and then you're gonna try your new Exalted Blade. Alright, you're gonna try your new the new well, I helped you build the thing, the Excalibur. So we now just go ahead whenever you're ready. Start the mission. I'm gonna watch you and see. Well, you'll see for yourself the difference. I hope should be pretty significant because level 22, 26, really low level, so you shouldn't have an issue. But you're new and you have like the trouble with mods, so it's fine. That's why we're doing this. You did not upgrade the mods yet? Oh, okay. Okay, just you should go and upgrade them. You mean you have all of them at rank 0? Because they're very cheap to rank, the mods. You don't have to max vitality and stuff. You just have to, like, just bring down the rank 4 or 5. The rank 4 and 5 is really cheap. Okay, fine. Alright. It's taking up a lot of my time, dude. But alright, no problem. You just said you did. Yeah. You didn't say that you couldn't even level mods. You should be farming these things. You gotta earn your things. But never mind. All right. I'll bring you on one index run, okay? And yeah, I don't know if should do. I don't know whether this will be a problem if I bring you. I don't know if I can bring you because you have no credits. I don't think I can pay. Well, I'll try. I'm not even, normally I would do large, but yeah, I mean high, but I'm just gonna do medium. You couldn't enter? Yeah, okay, because you have no credits. Alright. Okay, this is how you do. This is how you. Well, you can watch me. Uh, you can watch me earn credits. Oh fuck! uh, yeah, pick up all my creds. All my creds, they're here! One hit me. Oh no, it's not because they one hit me. It's because when you carry enough credits, you become weaker and weaker and weaker. So I was holding too many. So, but I was just careless. Usually I'm fine. So we'll watch the time target. I have 7. I'm banking it. We win. So, like that, I earn 175 credits. 175,000. That's I don't know how long that was, but it's not much. Yeah. Plus, I did most of the work. The other two guys, yeah, it's pretty much a 2v6, 2v5, but it's fine.
The ghoul presence on the Eidolon has returned to nominal levels.
I don't know where to bring you. You have stuff that you haven't leveled yet. Just equip them. I'll bring you somewhere that I'll kill everything, and you can. I think it should get you should get some credits at the end. Should be fine.
that. It said, cosmic background radiation is a riot.
Hmm. I'm just checking what I should bring for credits since you can't go index. Yeah, probably any dark sector. I think dark sector. I'll probably bring you to a dark sector node.
An unexpected color combination, operator. My sensors are bleeding. Please.
Hmm. Okay, I'll bring you to this alert because I can get the Nitane extract. You just like chill out and uh, yeah, you know, bullet jump somewhere high and try not to die. It's not that high level. It's only about 47 or something. But it's Mob D, so it's Mob.
Press deliver payloads and defend a number of locations while I break into the network.
No one bothers picking up data, man. Always so lazy, these people.
This without you.
Lazy fucks.
They still try to kill us.
Here is a terminal. Get me in and get ready to defend. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment. Multiple biosignatures detected. We've got infested incoming. A juggernaut nearby, it will only attack when it senses high concentrations of infested blood. Slow the fight if you want it to go away. I am no longer detecting signs of a juggernaut. Move on. Be safe. Still working on it. Continue to defend. find a terminal. Proceed and prepare.
How come you're not in the mission?
Terminal spotted. Upload beam and prepare to defend. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment. Still working on it. Continue to defend. Area complete. Move on. Location reached. Drop me in and defend our position. I'm Tenno. This will take a moment. Still. Continue to defend. The odds were against us, but we did it. Mission complete. Multiple targets ahead.
Well, you missed out on the mission.
operator? Is that a pun? I will attempt
I can't keep waiting, dude. You're been doing this for a couple of hours already. I've been helping you for 2 hours. You can go and farm credits. I can't bring you in to the index, and that's really new. There are other places to farm credits. Just go run alerts and do the stuff. Credits will come. Yeah, yeah, I, I already tried inviting you already, and you're not responding. So yeah, I can bring you to one. I don't know what's like. Let's see. Hmm. Mm-hmm.
well put together, operator. Now get out there
Cut down the.
and make the Lotus proud.
I'll bring you for one mission. It used to be called Dark Sector. You can bring your weakest things, I guess. And I'll kill everything. Change it to invite only, please, so that we don't have any more people. Hello? Can you hear me? I'm carrying you for one mission to get some credits. But you have to pass me. I have to be the leader. Never mind, I'll just invite you. Mm, this should be easy. It's a quick level 37 Grineer exterminate. I will run forward and I will kill everything, and then at the end you'll get 12,000 credits. Just like
There is a large platoon of Grineer Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
there's a little thing here, Cephalon fragment, to inspect using your scanner, codec scanner. If you haven't already done it, I guess. You probably should have brought level 0 stuff to get XP, but maybe not for, yeah, here's probably just, this will be done fast, so no point. Just opening these things because they might have stuff for you. I'll move slowly.
Going. Nobody knows you're here.
Let's go.
They spotted you. Enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
My warframe is strong.
Tenno. Time-limited mission alert available. Check navigation.
Alright, you should be able to upgrade quite a few of the mods now, and then you're good to go. Alright. Cool. Alright, great. Good to hear that. All the best, Shimba. See ya. Catch you around. Let me know if you have any other issues and stuff, and I'll see if I can help. But I'm gonna take a break now. Alright. Laters.